There's a certain smile people pleasers wear. It's polite, warm, maybe even convincing. But behind it, there's often a quiet exhaustion. The exhaustion of saying yes when you wanted to say no. The exhaustion of bending yourself into shapes just to keep everyone else comfortable. People see kindness. What they don't see is the cost, the late-night overthinking, the resentment buried under politeness, the question that gnaws at you. Why can't I just put myself first? Maybe you've been there. Agreeing to help a friend when you were already overwhelmed. Laughing at a joke you didn't actually find funny. Staying silent when something bothered you because you didn't want to rock the boat. On the surface, people-pleasing looks like generosity, but inside, it often feels like erasure. So why do we struggle with people-pleasing? The survival response. For many, people-pleasing started in childhood. If you learned that being agreeable kept you safe, loved, or noticed, your brain coded it as survival. Psychologists call this a fawn response, a trauma response where we avoid conflict by appeasing others. Attachment patterns. If you grew up with inconsistent love, you may have learned, I only get attention when I'm useful. This creates an anxious attachment style, where your worth feels tied to others' approval. Over time, you stop asking, do I want this? And you start asking, will they still like me if I say no? The self slowly gets replaced by performance. The hard truth is that people-pleasing doesn't always feel like kindness. It can feel like a quiet betrayal of yourself. Over the years, it leads to burnout, resentment, and a blurry sense of identity. Because when you spend all your time meeting everyone else's needs, your own start to feel invisible. So how do you begin to break the cycle? Pause before saying yes. Ask yourself, am I agreeing because I want to, or because I'm afraid of saying no? Start small. Practice tiny numbers. You don't have to start with quitting your job. Start with saying no to an extra task you can't handle. Name the voice. That voice in your head saying, they'll hate you if you say no. Give it a name. Maybe Gary the approval addict. And then tell Gary to shut up. Flip the script. When you feel guilty for saying no, remind yourself, every yes to someone else is a no to myself. And I matter too. Practice disappointing people. I know that sounds sarcastic, but it's actually freedom training. The more you realize people survive your no, the easier it gets. People-pleasing often comes from love, but when it erases you, it stops being love and starts being self-abandonment. You're allowed to be kind without being a doormat. You're allowed to set boundaries without being selfish. The truth is, you don't need to earn your place in anyone's life. You already deserve to be there. If this resonated, tell me in the comments. What's the hardest part of saying no for you? And if you want more videos breaking down why we act the way we do, subscribe for the next